Hello children, let's come back to our maths class. In the previous class, we have completed our exercise 2.1. Yes children, we have seen the different numbers like natural numbers, whole numbers, rational numbers, irrational numbers and integers. So today we are going to continue with our exercise 2.2. Take down your classwork. Take down your classwork. Write exercise 2.2. Write on the first question, solve for x. Write on the first question, solve for x. Write on the first subpart, mod of 3 minus x less than 7. Or you can say absolute value of 3 minus x less than 7. I hope you are ready with the question. Okay. Before we go to the sum, I have to just let us have a clear idea of what is a absolute value. We have seen in our lesson 1, that is some elementary functions. We dealt with some elementary functions in lesson number 1. And also we have studied about a function called absolute value function. So what is the value for absolute value function? Yes, it takes 3 values. If you have absolute value of x, the answer is x if x is greater than 0. That is, if you have the value greater than 0, you have to take the value as x. And if it is less than 0, you have to take the value as minus x. And if x is equal to 0, the value is 0. So remember this, this was a definition that we have already studied in our unit 1 while we were dealing with the functions. So what is the definition for modulus function? Yeah, mod x is equal to x if x is greater than 0. It's minus x if x is less than 0. And this is 0 if x is equal to 0. So we are just going to use this definition and we are going to proceed with the sum. Let's start with the sum, children. This is a very easy sum. You have to just understand the sum and you have to proceed. Let's go with the value. Here the question is to solve for x. That is, you're going to find out the value for x. That's all. Now let's start with our work. So what we are going to do is bring everything on one side. So this is modulus 3 minus x, this is plus 7. So when plus 7 comes to this side, it turns to be minus 7 less than 0. I hope you are clear with the first step, children. I have just transferred 7 from RHS to the LHS. So modulus 3 minus x minus 7 is less than 0. Now what are we going to do? We cannot solve a sum with an absolute sign. So we have to remove the absolute sign. So how are you going to remove it? See, now absolute means it may take a positive value or it may take a negative value. So this will be written as plus minus 3 minus x minus 7 less than 0. Are you clear, children? Once I am going to remove the absolute sign, I am just going to place here plus minus. That means it may be a positive value or it may be a negative value. Are you clear? Yeah, because absolute value function takes x when it is greater than 0 and it takes minus x when it is less than 0. So you are going to take both the positive and the negative values. So now here I get two cases. One is we are going to solve with a positive sign and the second case we are going to solve with a negative sign. Are you clear, children? The first step is you are just bringing the number that was on RHS to the LHS. So mod 3 minus x minus 7 is less than 0. Now here when I am removing the absolute sign, you just include here plus minus. It says that absolute value, I have told you that minus 5 is also 5. Yes, absolute value of minus 5 is 5 and absolute value of 5 is 5. Like how we go for square root, when you just remove the square root, you put there plus minus. Yes, children? Similarly, same manner, when you are just removing the absolute sign, what you have to do is put a plus minus sign. That is, it may be a positive. I am getting a positive answer. I agree with that. But here the positive answer is belonging to a positive number and also it belongs to a negative number. So you have to consider both the signs. Okay, now let's proceed with the sum. So we have to do two cases. I'm just going to divide a line I'll take the positive part first and I'll take the negative part first. So plus 3 minus x minus 7 is less than 0. Here what will come, children? Minus, put minus before the bracket. So minus 3 minus x minus 7 less than 0. So we have got two cases, one with a positive and one with a negative. So let's try to simplify the sums. So what do you get here? This is plus, so nothing will change. All the signs will remain the same. 3 minus x minus 7 less than 0. What is 3 minus 7? It's minus 4, yes. Minus 4 minus x less than 0. Minus 4 minus x less than 4. So what I'll do is, I'll take this 4 to that side. So minus x is less than 4. This is minus 4. So when minus 4 goes to the RHS, is turned to be positive. So minus x less than 4. Okay children, I don't want the value for x in terms of negative. So what I am going to do is, I am just going to change the sign. When I change the sign, keep in your mind that the symbol also changes. Now you have your less than, yes children? So when you change the sign, what happens is the less than become greater than. So you get, therefore, x is greater than minus 4. Are you clear with the statement, children? Here, be careful. So when you are changing the sign, I don't want the x in terms of negative. So I am going to change the sign of x. So when you change the sign, do not forget to change the lesser sign or the whatever sign you have, comparison sign. So this becomes x, the less than becomes greater than, and 4 turns out to be minus 4. So I have solved the first part. Try for the second part, children. I just give you some time. Try out the sum. I hope all are trying by yourself, children. Try out the sum. The more you practice, the more you score. Already we have said this motto, yes children? So you have to practice a lot. Okay, so let's see. Let's check your answer. Just check whether your answer and my answer tallies. So this is minus. So be careful when you open a bracket, which is, and we have a minus sign in front. Here we have a positive sign, so no need to worry about the sign. We have to take the same sign. So when you have a negative sign, the sign changes here. So minus 3, minus minus turns to be plus x, minus 7 less than 0. Minus 3 plus x minus 7 less than 0. So minus 3 minus 7 minus 10. So x minus 10 less than 0. So x is less than 10. X is less than 10. So now here the question is solve for x. So now we have to arrange this in a proper interval. Okay, let me arrange this in a proper interval. So what I do is, now you have to take your scale and pencil, and this is just for your reference, children. This is the extra thing that we are doing, so no need to mention every time. Just understand the concept. So suppose we have a number line. I have your minus infinity, we have your plus infinity, and minus 4 somewhat here. Suppose this is the origin, minus 4 is somewhere here. This is a rough figure, no need to go for a proper number scheme. Just we are fixing out where is the point x going to lie between. So no need to mark any numbers. So minus 4 I have here, then 10 we have to consider. Somewhere here we have 10. Okay. X is greater than minus 4. See the condition, children? X is greater than minus 4. Greater than minus 4. That means it's going to lie somewhat here. Yes. Greater than. So it is not from here. Greater than means this side. It is going to lie greater than minus 4. Less than 10. Remember, whenever you have greater than, you have to come to the right side. Whenever you have greater, come to the right side, and if it is lesser, you have to go to the left side. Clear, children? So just keep this in your mind. When you have greater, In which direction are you going to move? You have to move to the right side. Yeah, to the positive side. And when you have less than or lesser number, you have to travel to the left side. Go to the left side. That is, you have to move to the negative side. Okay. So x is greater than minus 4. So you have to move to the right side. I am coming to the right side. Okay. X is less than 10. Less than means where are you going to move now? Yeah, you have to move to the left side from 10. Okay. So from 10 we are going to move to the left side. So somewhat. So where is the value of x lying between? X is lying between minus 4 and 10. Clear, children? So I'll write here minus 4 less than x less than 10. This is one of the way of writing. And also you can put here minus 4 comma 10. So just we can therefore. So x belongs to x belonging to minus 4 10. And children, see here, minus 4 10 means if I use a round bracket, just put your pens down and listen to me carefully, because this is a very, very important concept that you have to remember, and this concept is being carried through your higher studies also. If you have a round bracket, okay, I'll just put a bracket here. I have minus 4 10. Listen to me carefully. If you have a round bracket, okay, if you have a round bracket, we have to say that this is open interval. Clear? We call this as open interval. Open interval means the last number and the last number is not included. We are not going to include minus 4 and we are not going to include 10. The number is going to lie between minus 4 and 10. That's what we call as open interval. Clear? And if you have minus 4 and 10 in a closed interval, it's a closed bracket is given to you, a closed interval. In such a case, what happens? The minus 4 and the 10 will be included. Clear, children? Okay, see here, I am just writing here less than. Already we have seen in our 10th standard days, we have seen how to find out the values. Here, less than is given. When less than is given, that means minus 4 is not included. If less than or equal to is given, yes, that time we have to take minus 4. I hope you are clear with the signs that we have already used in our class 10. Clear, children? So what is the value we have got here? Minus 4 less than x less than 10. So how are you going to write the interval? X belonging to open interval minus 4 comma 10. That means the minus 4 is not included, 10 is not included, but we have the values between minus 4 and 10. Are you clear, children? Okay, let's continue the next sum. Take down the answers. So you have to draw the figure, number line, just for your reference. Just see where is this. This part is not included, okay? We are not including minus 4 and we are not including 10. We are not taking that value. So somewhere the area is lying between minus 4 and 10. So x belonging to minus 4 comma 10. Mod of, take the second subpart, mod of 4x minus 5 greater than or equal to minus 2. Mod of 4x minus 5 greater than or equal to minus 2. Get on the question. Shall we start with the next sum, children? Okay, let's proceed here. Children, listen here. You have to be very careful when you have negative sign. Okay, so when you have a case like this, we can go with the answers directly. Now, what is the statement given to you? Modulus 4x minus 5 is greater than or equal to minus 2. Is this true? Is this a statement true? Yes, of course. The modulus sign is always going to be greater than a negative value. What is the negative value given here? It's minus 2. So remember, whenever you have such a condition, if only the thing is, if you have anything along with this, we cannot do anything directly. Suppose you have plus 3 along with this number, we cannot write the answers directly. But here only we are having a modulus value. What is the modulus value? Mod of 4x minus 5. And this is, they are saying that this is greater than or equal to minus 2. You have to say that for any value of x, the given statement is true. For any value of x, the given statement is true. Yes, for any value of whatever value you are going to take for x, the given statement will be true, because you will be getting a positive value which is greater than or equal to minus 2. It will be a greater value to minus 2. So, we say for any value of x, the given statement is true, therefore, x belonging to R. So, x will be a real number. Take down the second subpart, children. The second sum is an easy sum. Just think of the condition. When you have a modulus sign and you have, what is that? Greater than or equal to a negative value, you have to say that it will belong to R. Now let's go for the third subpart. The third subpart. So here x is belonging to R. That means x will take the real number. Real number means it will take any value. You may take a positive value, you may take a negative value, you take a natural number, you may take a rational number, whatever values, everything comes under the real number. So for every value of x, for any value of x, the given statement will be true. Let's follow for the third subpart. Write down. Modulus 3 minus 3 upon 4 x less than or equal to 1 upon 4. Modulus 3 minus 3 upon 4 x less than or equal to 1 upon 4. Okay. I hope you have taken on the question. Shall we proceed, children? Okay, let's do. The sum is the same way you're going to proceed that we have done for our sum number 1. So just continue with the sum. Here, first thing is try to bring the number which is present on the RHS. What do you get, children, here? Yes, good. Modulus 3 minus 3 upon 4x minus 1 upon 4 less than or equal to 0. Yes. Now, I am going to remove the absolute sign over here. So, I get here plus minus 3 minus 3 upon 4x minus 1 upon 4 less than or equal to 0. Clear? I have removed the absolute sign, and in place of absolute, I have given a plus minus sign. So what is that? 3 minus 3 upon 4x minus 1 upon 4 less than equal to 0. We are going to split this in two cases. That is, one is for positive and one is for negative. Let's try out the sums. Let's consider two cases. So I'm just going to divide the columns. I'll take first for the positive part and the next one for the negative part. Plus, if you are going to consider plus sign, no need to worry about the sign. We are going to copy the same terms as it is without any change in the sign. No need to change. So 3 minus 3 upon 4x. This is minus 1 by 4 less than or equal to 0. 3 minus 3 upon 4x minus 1 upon 4 less than equal to 0. Yeah, I'm going to consider the negative cases over here. So I'll take here minus 3 minus 3 upon 4x minus 1 upon 4 less than or equal to 0. See, first one I have took a positive, so no need to worry when you have a positive sign, just I am taking it directly. But when I am considering for the negative one, I'll just use a bracket here. I'll just do one more step so that you will be having no confusion. Let's simplify. Here we have the denominators 4, 4. So I'll just take the denominator here as That is the LCM is 4. I'll multiply by 4. So 12 minus 3x minus 1 upon 4. Are you clear with this step, children? See here, what is the denominator here? 4. And what is the denominator here? 4. So I want to make here the denominator 4. If I want to make here the denominator 4, I have to multiply the 4 in the numerator part also. So 4 3s are 12. Okay, 12 minus 3x minus 1 upon 4, because I have just taken the LCM for it. So 12 minus 3x minus 1 upon 4 less than equal to 0. This is very simple. What do you get 12 minus 1, children? It's 11 minus 3x upon 4. Upon 4, what happens? It goes over here, this side, and it gets multiplied and it becomes 0. So 12 minus 1 is 11 minus 3x less than equal to 0. So I'll just keep 3x less than equal to, take this 11 to that side. So minus 11. See here, I'm just keeping the x term on this side. So I get minus. I hope you would be wondering where is this 4. 4, when it gets multiplied with 0, it becomes 0. So the term gets vanished. So only the thing that is left out is 11 minus 3x less than equal to 0. So minus 3x less than or equal to minus 11. This is plus 11. So when plus 11 goes to the RHS, it turns to be minus 11. I have told you that we should not keep the first term as negative. So try to change the sign. So when you are changing the sign, change the comparison sign also. So 3x less than or equal to turns to be greater than or equal to 11. So x is greater than or equal to 11 upon 3. So I got a first value or first condition for x as x is greater than or equal to 11 upon 3. Okay, I just give you some time, children. Try out for the second case. Try out for the second case. Consider the negative part, and you're going to consider the negative sign, and you're going to solve, and you're going to get a condition for x. Have you started with the work, children? You have to be quick. Just check your answers whether what you have done, whatever you have done is correct. This is minus, so minus 3 minus minus plus 3 upon 4x minus 1 upon 4 less than or equal to 0. Okay. Again here we have denominator. In the denominator part we have 4. Here we don't have the denominator as 4. So try to take the LCM and you're going to multiply by 4. So minus 12 plus 3x minus 1 upon 4 less than or equal to 0. Minus 12 plus 3x minus 1 upon 4 less than equal to 0. So the 4, when it goes to this side, it becomes 0. So minus 12 minus 1 minus 13 plus 3. Be careful, minus 12 minus 1 minus minus plus. So 12 plus 1, 13. And sign of the bigger number is minus. So you get minus 13. Minus 13 plus 3x is less than or equal to 0. Keep 3x on this side. 3x is less than or equal to, this is minus 13. So when minus 13 goes to that side, plus 13. So x is less than or equal to 13 by 3. Here no need to worry about the sign. Yes, children, we got a positive sign here. So you get the answer as x is less than or equal to 13 upon 3. Okay. So let's write the value for x, children. Let's write down the value for x. Let's just draw a number line. Somewhat here have minus infinity, we have plus infinity. 11 by 3 is here and 13 by 3 will come this side. So we have 11 by 3 and 13 by 3. So 11 by 3. X is greater than or equal to 11 by 3. Greater than or equal to. Equal to. That means you have to take this 11 by 3. Put a closed interval. Closed interval means what? The numbers are included. Open bracket means what? The numbers are excluded. Keep in mind. Okay, so I am just including 11 by 3. It's greater than. X is greater than 11 by 3. That means it is going to lie to this side. To the right side. Greater means go to the right side. X is less than or equal to. Less than or equal to means which side? Left side. Equal to. So we have to consider 13 by 3. So this is the value. So this is the area. 11 by 3 and 13 by 3. Draw the figure. See, it is less than or equal to 11 by 3 means x is greater than 11 by 3. Greater means you have to go to the right side. Go to the right side. So I am traveling to the right side. Less than or equal to 13 by 3 means come to the left side, and here less than equal to is mentioned. Less than equal, greater than equal to and less than equal to. So you have to consider the number. So how will be the value? So you say, I'll write x. Which number is greater here? X is greater, yes? So 11 by 3. X is, which number is bigger here? I'll write the number first so that we'll write the value. So x is there and 11 by 3 is there and 13 by 3 is there. Yes, children? So x is greater. Which number is greater here? X is greater. So put a sign for x is greater than equal to. Here which number is greater? 13 by 3 is greater. So this is the answer. Okay. Write down the answers. You have to draw the number line. You can just use a closed bracket also, because closed bracket says that if you can write like this also, 11 by 3 to 13 by 3. The textbook they have just stopped here, so we can just stop there, no problem. If you want to write extra, no problem, you can write extra. So we have completed the third subpart. I hope you are clear with the sum, children. It's very easy. Do not get confused by looking at the sum. When you just go on solving the sum using a proper definition, your work is easy. Okay, now here, your homework, children. The homework is subpart 4. You have a subpart 4. So question number 1, I'll just mention the homework part here. Exercise 2.2, first question, fourth subpart. Exercise 2.2, first question, fourth subpart. Children, you may feel that this is less than -3. I have told you, along with the absolute, you have a number. You have a constant number. So you cannot write the answers directly. You have to solve the sum. You solve the sum and you will get the required answer. Is it clear, children? So for the fourth sum, do not write directly for every value there exists. No. For the fourth part, you have to solve and you have to get the answer. Okay, now go for the second question. Take down second question. Write down the second question. This is very easy and you may be asked these questions for 2 mark or 3 mark. So you have to be very careful with the sums. Let's go for the second sum. Let's start with the question. What is the question given to you? Solve 1 upon absolute value 2x minus 1 less than 6 and express the solution using the interval notation. So they are asking you to express using an interval notation. So we are going to use a brackets over here. So how are we going to represent using a bracket? Whether it's a closed interval or it's an open interval, that's what we are going to write down. Let's start with the sum. So the question is 1 upon mod 2x minus 1 less than 6. 1 upon modulus 2x minus 1 less than 6. You are going to do the sums along with me, children. This is very easy sum. Let's try to complete our answer. Let's start with the book. So this is, see how I'm going to start. Let me cross multiply this first. So 1 is less than 6 modulus 2x minus 1. Are you clear, children? The denominator part I am carrying to the numerator part. So 1 less than 6 modulus 2x minus 1. I don't want a number 1 over here, so I have to remove this one. So what I am going to do is, I am going to subtract by 1 on both the sides. Because here, see, always we keep the 0 over here. Yes, children, we keep a 0 part over here. So try to subtract 1 on both sides. Subtracting 1, or subtracting by 1 on both sides. So 1 minus 1 less than 6 modulus 2x minus 1. Why I am subtracting by 1? Because I have to make this term as 0. I don't want one part should be kept 0. So I am just bringing this. So this is 0 less than 6 2x minus 1 minus 1. Okay. So now we are going to interchange the numbers. When you interchange the numbers, you just change the sign also. So you get 6 2x minus 1 greater than 0. The same thing, just exchanging them, because here this is greater. 6 mod 2x minus 1 is greater than, this part is greater. So just I have just written this in a proper format, because always try to keep the number that we have to solve on the LHS part. Are you clear, children? I'll just explain to you from the first. So you have a question, 1 upon modulus 2x minus 1 less than 6. So 1 is less than 6 modulus 2x minus 1, just cross multiplying. I just want to remove this one. So I'll just write down 1 minus 1 less than 6 modulus 2x minus 1. So now just arrange it properly. So I'm just bringing this term to the side. So 6 modulus 2x minus 1 minus 1. If you have a confusion, what you do, just write the numbers. Okay. Here, which part is greater? Is the 0 part greater or the multiple of 6 is greater? Yeah, 6 multiple is greater. So put a greater sign for 6. 6 modulus 2x minus 1. Yes, what's that? Greater than 0. Shall we proceed with the sum, children? Let's go with the sum. Again, here we have two cases. I told you when we are going to solve further, we have to remove the absolute sign. So if you have to remove the absolute sign, you have to place a positive or a negative value. So I'll be writing this as 6 plus minus 2x minus 1 minus 1 greater than 0. Clear, children? 6 plus minus, that is, I'm removing the absolute sign. So plus minus 2x minus 1 greater than 0. Let's divide into 2. Consider both the cases, a positive case and a negative case. So 1 is positive, so no need to worry about the sign. Everything remains the same. So 6 2x minus 1 greater than 0. And one more is minus. Okay, so minus, you have 6 minus. Just put here one sign, children, because here, wait, you use a close bracket. You just use like this. Because the plus minus is 4. One term is no problem. Here we have minus. So just put a plus minus. So 6 minus 2x minus 1 minus 1 less than 0. Sorry, greater than 0. Be careful, children. I am just splitting the sign. What I have got? I have got 6 modulus 2x minus 1 greater than 0. So how are you going to change this? When you remove the absolute sign, you have to introduce there plus minus. So try to write as in the form of bracket to avoid confusion. I get 6 bracket plus minus 2x minus 1 greater than 0. For the first case, I am taking the positive sign alone. So I have taken 6 2x minus 1 greater than 0. For the second case, I have taken the negative sign. So 6 minus 2x minus 1 greater than 0. Clear? Let's follow up with the sum. So I'll do the positive case and you're going to try out the negative case. Let's try out the work. 12x minus 6 minus, that's over. The bracket part was only for 2x and 1. So 6 into 2, 12x. 6 ones are 6 and the sign is negative. Minus 1 greater than 0. So 12x minus 7 is greater than 0. So 12x, take the 7 to that side, greater than 7. So x is greater than 7 by 12. I got a first case for x. I got the value for x is 7 by 12. Try out for the second part, children. Complete the second case. I hope you are clear with the steps. This is just a normal calculations that we have already done in our previous classes. Yes, children? So if just go on solving step by step and you will come to a required answer part. Let's check the answer for the negative cases. Okay, here it's 6. I'll keep the 6 out, children, first. I'll try to change the sign first, okay? This is minus 2x, so it becomes, this is minus and you have your plus 2x. So this is minus 2x. Minus minus plus 1, good. Okay, minus 1 greater than 0. Just we are going very simple. I'm just following very easy steps. You understand the step and proceed it carefully, children. 6, see, I have just changed the inner bracket. So minus into 2x gives you minus 2x. Minus into minus 1 gives you plus 1. Let's open the bracket. This is minus 12x and see, 6 into 1. 6 into minus 2x gives you minus 12x. 6 into 1 gives you plus 6. Minus 1 greater than 0. So minus 12x. This is plus 6 minus 1. What is 6 minus 1? Plus 5, good. Greater than 0. Take this plus 5 to the RHS. So minus 12x greater than minus 5. I don't want the first term to be negative. So you have to change the sign. When you change the sign, the comparison sign also changes. Yes. So this is 12x less than 5. 12x less than 5. Okay, so what do you get here? X is less than 5 by 12. X is less than 5 by 12. So I have simplified the cases. Just see here. X is less than 5 by 12. Write down the steps. Okay, now let's try to write down the answers together. We have got two values for x, children. Yes, one is greater than 7 by 12 and one is less than 5 by 12. So right, and here the question is solve and also express the solution using the interval notation. So they are saying that you have to write down using the interval notation. You have to use a closed bracket or you have to use the open bracket or semi brackets will be used here. So let's see how to present the answer. So you have to draw a number line first and we have minus infinity this side and you have infinity. We have been worried about two numbers. We are just focusing on 5 by 12 and 7 by 12. Just think of that numbers. 5 by 12 and somewhat here 7 by 12. This is just a rough presentation of your numbers on the number line. So we have 7 by 12 and 5 by 12. I have just presented the numbers. Now let me go for the values. See here, stop writing and listen to me, children. X is less than 5 by 12, less than. X is, or shall we go with the first part? Okay, x is greater than 7 by 12. X is, where is the x value lying? X value is lying greater than 7 by 12. Greater than means which side are we going to move? Yeah, when you have a greater sign, you have to move the right side. Right means go to the positive direction. Yes. So you have the values this side. You have the numbers this side, to the right side. Is 7 by 12 included? Can we consider 7 by 12? How many are saying yes? Yes. No. How many say no? Yes. All are raising your hand. I hope so. Yes. Good. Greater than 7 by 2 means here we are not having equal to sign. When equal to sign is not present, you have or you are not going to consider the value 7 by 12. I'll just put a open bracket, children. Okay, children? Open means, what is the meaning of open? The number is not included. So where is the value of x lying? X is greater than 7 by 2. Greater than 7 by 2 means the number is going to lie in the right side. Clear? Okay. Now let's come to the second case. X is less than 5 by 12. Less than means which side it is going to move? Less than left side, yes. Coming to the left side. Can we take 5 by 12? See the sign here? Only less than. If less than is there, that means you cannot take 5 by 2.